Well now, our Watches and Wonders 2023 trip takes us past the IWC store, and inside it is a bit of a surprise, the Ingenieur SL. Tom, do you remember last year when we had a chit-chat with IWC and we said something along the lines of, what are you doing? Why don't you have an Ingenieur like what Gerald Genter made? Do you remember that conversation?
I do remember you asking it exactly that same way. I can't remember if it elicited a frown at your intonation or a wry smile. One of many when you asked those prying questions about popular watches that need to make a return.
If there's one thing I've learned about the Swiss is they are terrible at poker. If you have a question to ask them about a secret, just ask them and their face will tell you everything. And it told us Ingenieur SL was on its way. And here it is, a year later, no less. This is one of the few watches of this shape and style that was actually designed by Gerald Genter and not just ripped off of a Gerald Genter design. And for some reason, IWC have sat on it for the longest time. There are 4 additions to this. They're all automatic. 3 of them are steel. 1 of them is titanium. They come with black, aqua, silver-plated or titanium dials. I'm going to leave you to guess which material watch comes with a titanium dial. And yes, it is the one you're thinking of.
Duo titanium, I'm guessing.
They've added a few extra little spicy bits to turn the Ingenieur SL into the modern Ingenieur Automatic, Tom. You care to spot any of those, perhaps? A little bit of watch nerdery knowledge from you?
My first thought is that the Ingenieur that I'm familiar with is quite hefty, and I'm wondering if there's been a little bit of slimming down going on here.
Well, the Ingenieur originally was a rather normal-looking watch, and then Gerald Genter got his grubby mitts on it and turned it into the watch that we know and love. There was a version of this watch that IWC made that was a big old chunky thing. They got rid of that, went back to the normal style, and now they've revisited the SL.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of, one of those in-between ones that they got shot of. But yeah, these look really great. I'm guessing they probably brought it up to date with a bit of quartz technology in there, maybe?
How to not make friends and alienate everyone. They have chucked on a pair of crown guards because presumably we can't be trusted to look after the crown without the added help of crown guards.
Fair enough.
And you'll notice as well, where there were non-functioning screw hole type things in the original one, which I believe were used to mate with the tool that screwed the bezel down, there are now actual screws through those holes. So little nodules for to get all of your dead skin stuck in.
Functioning screws, are they actually affixing the bezel to the case, or are they just cosmetic?
I believe they're actually functioning. I saw a picture that I can't find again that showed the watch dismembered into its component pieces, showing the holes going all the way through. You also notice it has an engraved dial with stars and stripes, perhaps? I'm not really sure. This kind of mimics the waffle dial that some of the original Ingenieur SLs had, but here it's a very different pattern.
Yeah, it looks quite industrial, like a sort of knurling kind of finish. Yeah, that's quite cool.
Yeah, it looks like you'd have 2 of them together and then they would grind the pink paste off of chicken bones down into chicken nuggets.
Oh, that's horrible.
Well, there you go. That's IWC's big release for this year, the Ingenieur much awaited automatic. Which colour are you going to pick? Are you surprised they took this long? Are you pleased to see it back? Let us know in the comments below, and we will see you for more Watches and Wonders 2023.
Hurrah!